So as she just introduced me, I'm Courtney. I am an incumbent running unopposed. I have been fortunate enough to get to serve you fine people since 2011. And you know, when people asked me for originally, of course, still part of the same reason I ran was because I was a product of what you guys are doing right now, and a very proud product of MISD. So initially that was my thing, was I just wanted to be able to give back, you know, hopefully give some of the same, if not even better opportunities than I was given, and be there for you guys, you know, to support you guys, because I've always called you our boots on the ground. You're the ones doing the work. And then as time has evolved, we've seen more and more progresses. We all know that the problems that, or I won't say problems, we'll say concerns that we had in 2011 don't even exist anymore. And these problems and concerns didn't even exist back then. So we have evolved, and we've had to, I think overall as a district and the staff as a whole, and when I say team, I mean that's all of us, have worked well through all these times and progresses and everything else that we've had to fight through in some occasions, and then sometimes we've had to find ourselves adjusting, right? But you know, really, I know that the biggest concerns for my current audience, and I will agree with that, is of course your pay, and of course the extra work that you've been given that isn't what you really signed on for, right? Because I do know that our staff has the heart, and you wouldn't be here, and you have the want for your students and for what you were taught to, and trained to do, and that's to be the teachers that you are. And so I do want you to know that I'm an advocate for that, and what I mean by that is I'm an advocate for where can we tie that down. And I'm talking about all the administrative work that you have incurred, and that means all the paperwork, the extra documentation, things that really are pulling you away from what you really are wanting to do and what I know you're more than capable of doing. But we're all human. There's only so many, you know, hours in a day, so many days in the week, and then you only have these, and you know, I know some days it feels like you have a really long time, but we also know that you don't, you know, and for what you want to accomplish and what you want to be able to give back to them. So if we can start tying some of that down, I hope that helps you, and to where we're not so much redundant work, so to say, or repetitive work, and you know, we all know that right now, until we can get those legislatures to let up a little bit, a lot of it's handed down even to the district, you know, that we don't necessarily have say-so right now what those things are. But if we can all stay in full, you know, stay on the legislature as well, because it is us, one team, as our great teacher at Barber said, one team, one dream, right? And so it is one team, one dream, and so we need to fight that together. We're advocates for each other, and we're supporters of each other. And that is really, you know, my focus at this time, because I know that our students are our biggest and most loved customers, and I know that you guys are all in it for them. And so if we can keep us all staying focused on the real goals here, right? The real outcomes, and that's what we're doing for our students and what we're putting in for it. And so I just really want to, and I know I have fellow trustees that are the same way. Advocacy is a very big thing for us and has been for some time. And it's getting bigger, as we all know. There's more and more and more that needs to be approached at the legislative, the state level, so that we can then bring it home. I kind of want to, you know, would appreciate if we have a more autonomy, so that, because we know our staff, we know our students, we know our communities that all encompass MISD, and to where I would like for us to be able to do those things, like say, okay, yes, we understand you need this documentation, but do we really have to make it a 45-page packet, handwritten, you know? And because again, what does that do? It takes away time from you, and not just you and your job, it also takes time from you and your families. I mean, y'all are people too, and you are putting everything you have into this, and at the same time, we want to be able to give that back and give you that support. I will always try to find more money for you. I mean, that is just, I do get it. I also work for a neighboring school district. I get what it's like to pay our insurance, or lack of, and I get what it's like to feed into our retirement system, potentially lack of, right? And so I do understand all those things. I have not necessarily sat, and I won't ever profess to know how you exactly feel and where you are today. I did go to college for the same thing, got the same trainings, you know, so I have at least that part of the background. But I do really think as far as sitting here, it has helped me to sit where I sit there in that district so that I can be on, you know, to get some feelings and to actually work with staff or even other boards, right? So that I can hear maybe more and more and more of what really is your biggest concerns. And my biggest thing as a current trustee, and you're stuck with me for another few years, so I hope that works out, but is that I really want you guys to know that you can reach out, especially with your concerns. I'm not somebody, I never kicked a gift horse in the teeth, never have, never will, and I just want you to know that we do want to hear, we want you to be, you know, we do want you to be happy. I understand we can't make all things possible. And I know we can't make everybody happy. There's a lot of us around here, right? With 35,000 kids and the 5,000 employees, that's 40,000 people you're trying to make happy. Probably not going to happen, right? But it's nice to have big goals. And so just want you to know that you can reach out. Your administration and board do want to hear from you. I know sometimes you're thinking, oh yeah, nobody wants to hear what I got to say today. But we do. Okay? And again, because no one knows if it's an issue, no one knows if it's a problem if we don't, you know. And I'm not saying we can fix it, not saying they can fix it, but at least, you know, sometimes it is nice to talk through a situation, you know. I don't know if you have any specific questions tonight, or if you want to leave it with that, and then call me, email me, text me, whatever that is, okay? So, I would say ask for your vote, but I guess you still can. It'll be on the ballot. I guess it'd be better than not getting it at all. So, but anyway, again, Courtney, Lackey Wilson, and incumbent running unopposed for place 7. Thank you.